Hello, welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch along of Leeds United versus Bristol City. We've already got some people in the chat down below, so some stuff to talk about already. And like Liam B says, and Dean C, welcome to the chat. They say that there's a lot to talk about already regarding our lineup, afternoon CB, because the lineup does look a little bit strange. Now, I shall put it on the screen for you now. Here we go. Millier in net. For me, it's going to be Gray at right back, then Rodon, Strauch, Byram at left back, Ampadu, Kamara, then James, Pirot, Somerville, and Jorginho up front. For me, I think that's how it's going to look. I could be wrong. It could be a back three. It could be a back three. Let's put it up again, just so that we can carry on looking at that. Is it going to come back? There we go. It could find that it's a back three of Rodon, Strauch, and Byram, or Rodon, Strauch, and Ampadu. I don't know. For me, it feels like it's going to be a back four, and it's going to stay generally as we have been for the rest of the season so far. If you are watching and you find you can't put anything down in the chat below, that's because you have not hit that subscribe button. So if you do that, you'll be able to chat in the live chat below, and we can get a good conversation going. Michael Brown as well saying afternoon. Max, afternoon, mate. Dan Solville saying victorious today, hopefully. Matching on together. Yeah, hope so. I really hope so. Bristol City have been okay. Similar start to the season to us, to be honest. And yeah, it's going to be a difficult game, I think. But I think we've got enough to come out on top. Saw someone saying Kamara was at right back. I can't see that. I mean, it may be, but I can't personally see that happening. I feel like Archie Gray is the only one who's actually played there. So that would kind of make more sense to me, and we don't exactly have many left backs to fill in, do we? So it feels like Byram's going to have to go at left back. Let me just zoom that in a little bit, just so it's a bit. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? And then if we tap there, oh, there we go. Nice bit of depth of field on that as well. But yes, has anybody got any score predictions? Like I said, it's a bit of a strange lineup, but I do still think we've got enough to go on and win this game, given the way that some of our players have played recently. (2-0). Perot and Crescencio Somerville. CB saying, yeah. I mean, the way that Crescencio Somerville's been playing recently, I think he deserves another goal. He scored that one against QPR to win that game, obviously, but I think he deserves another goal. And I think Perot needs to get himself back on the score sheet just before the international break to give himself a bit of confidence to come back after it and score again. Jeffrey Biss saying, hi everyone. Jeff here in Maastricht, drinking Belgian beer on a terrace. Lovely. Michael Brown saying, watch Sam Greenwood's performance for Middlesbrough earlier today at Sunderland in their 4-0 away victory, and had his best performance for them and scored the opening goal against his hometown club. Actually, yeah, I hadn't been keeping up with that because I was out in town, so I didn't realise that Sam Greenwood had a good game earlier on, but that's good for him. I mean, I've always liked Sam Greenwood. I just think he's not been particularly good enough to be in our first team, so hopefully eventually he does come back and could be that dead ball specialist for us. I don't know if I can see it, but it's good that he's having a good game. Or had a good game earlier today anyway. Welcome Karen. Karen saying hi to everybody. CB saying hi. Jeffrey Biss saying 3-1. Yeah, I mean, I think I predicted 2-0 on Jer's podcast. If you want to laugh, check out Jer's podcast after this stream, because I was on there with Lockie and Jer last night, and we just had a good laugh, just generally not being too stressed about Leeds United, which was nice. But yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's why I was going with that. Yeah, I predicted 2-0. I predicted we would score early on and that we would score late on to bookend the game and really see things out. Tibby's saying 3-0. Somerville, Strauch and Pirot. Well, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Because then that song would be in full voice at Elland Road. Liam B saying 2-0 win for Leeds. Yeah, I'm hoping so. A nice clean sheet and a victory before the international break would do us the world of good, wouldn't it? It really, really would. As well, guys, just remember there's a link down in the description below for classic football shirts. If you get into the checkout and use Leeds Lately 10, you'll get 10% off. And there's loads of Leeds United retro shirts on there and stuff. So check them out. It'll come on periodically through the stream, but I won't mention it every time. It'll just be on there for you to look at. Anybody who hasn't joined us already, we've got a little bit of a strange lineup today. Meslier, Net, Gray, Rodon, Strauch, Byram, Ampadu, Kamara, James, Pirot, Somerville, Jorginho, and I think for me this is how it's going to line up. It's going to be Gray in net, Gray at right back, with Byram at left back, and the rest of the team pretty much normal. That's what I'm hoping for anyway, because I feel like that would probably be the best use of the squad that we've got for this match. But yes, like I said before as well, if you find yourself you can't chat in the chat down below, then hit that subscribe button and you should be able to. What was I going to say then? Oh, hi Martin, welcome to the chat. 4-0 and we leapfrog Sunderland. Yes, it was a brilliant show last night. Enjoying life as a Leeds fan currently. Farker's got an infectious sense of humour. Yeah, he just seems like an all-round good bloke and good manager, doesn't he? Oh, okay, yes, I shall get the subs up as well. Where is it? Here we go. So the subs are Darlow, Ayling, Cresswell, Cooper, Gruev, Poveda, Anthony, Joffe, and Bamford. 1 second. I can probably just show that to you on the screen, actually. There you go. Hold on. Focus. There we go. There are your substitutes for this game. Yeah, that was what we discussed on Joe's podcast as well last night, was the presser and stuff, and what he said about that. So that was a good chat about that, and we got pretty deep into the weeds of tactics and the way teams set up and how we even think about what a number 10 is. So yeah, that was an interesting chat about that, and I just think, and one of the points I made about the Pirot and Rutter thing is that we haven't really got a big enough sample size yet, and that if we wait potentially another 10 games, so we've had 20 games to see, we can sort of weigh up how many games it's worked in and how many games it hasn't worked in, and we can get an idea then of whether overall we think it's a good idea to do it or not. And it's halfway through the season then, and then you've got to go into the next half of the season knowing what you know about it by that point, if you get what I mean. So I think we need a bit of a bigger sample size before we can truly judge whether it's worked or not. Because on paper you go, okay, you've signed the best striker in the league, why aren't you playing him as a striker? But Farker's saying it's not just about getting one player the golden boot, it's about bringing in all the other players around them, and hopefully that will allow those other players to all get on the score sheet, as well as the actual striker, being Pirot in this case. Players just heading out onto the pitch now, by the way. You can hear Elland Road in full voice as Marching On Together rings out. Alison Adams saying 2-1 for me, leaning towards a score draw though, 1-1. Yeah, I can see both sides of the coin there, to be honest. I think Leeds are very, very capable of scoring against Bristol City, and when you actually look at our home record in the Championship so far, it's actually been really, really good. So hopefully we can have a look at that. Okay, so it looks like it might be Strauch at left back, Rodon at centre back, Ampadu at other centre back, and Byram at right back. Then Kamara and Gray in midfield. See, we don't 100% know that that's right or not, but it looks like it might be Strauch at left back, Byram at right back, and then Rodon and Ampadu in the centre half roles. But then that does put 2 right-footed players in there. It's a strange one. It's a strange one. We'll have to see how it actually lines up when we start. Michael Brown saying Alien's days must be numbered at the club if they play Archie at right back over him. It's not Archie's natural position. It looks like Archie's actually playing at... Judging by what LUTV have put as their lineup, it looks like it's Archie Gray that's playing in midfield, and that it's Byram at right back, Strauch at left back, and Ampadu and Rodon are the 2 centre backs. I didn't realise Nigel Pearson was on crutches. Wonder what he did. Strauch at left back really didn't work last season, so let's hope not. Yeah, I don't think it did, but sometimes it's like the only option you've got, if you know what I mean. So I'm excited for this game, you know. I'm looking forward to it. Just as Strauch and the Bristol City captain, is it James? I don't know why I'm leaning around as if I can see the back of his shirt, as if the angle's going to change. Strauch is the captain as well. Strauch is the captain as well, and he's just won the toss. Ampadu doing a Johnny Stones. Yeah, hopefully he charges into midfield and helps out in that department as well. Bristol's... We could even see a 3 at the back, but I just don't know how it's all going to work. Bristol City have the 4th best away record in the Championship. I watched their match away at Leicester, soaked up the pressure and almost nicked a draw. Yes, but Michael, I'm pretty sure if you look at QPR's away record, that was really good as well, and we managed to get past them. So for me, that's a really promising sign. CB saying Pearson probably got into a fight. Doesn't take much with him. Looks like we're getting ready to kick off now. Let me just get the timer ready. We are just about to kick off here at Elland Road with Jorginho Rutter standing over the centre circle now with the ball. And we're off. At Elland Road, we are off. And Kamara takes the first touches of the game and then gives the ball back to Rodon. And it does look like it might be Rodon. And see, I think my prediction was right, you know. I think my lineup that I did was more accurate than the one that LUTV did. From the first few seconds, it looks more like that than if you get what I mean, than the one they put up. They had Ampadu at centre back, and Ampadu's certainly in midfield, and Gray is playing right back. Yeah, I absolutely nailed it. I absolutely nailed it. I'm sorry, but I'm taking the credit for that one. That's class from me. Got it absolutely right. Bob on. Michael Brown saying Naki Wells, Bristol City forward, has a good... Naki Wells, Bristol City forward, has a good record of scoring against Leeds. He does, yes. Is he starting this one? Because last game he was on the bench against Rotherham. Jorginho picks that one up, but it's it's possession's kept there by Leeds very well. Now Rodon back to Strauch. It is Archie Gray who slots into that right back role with Sam Byram in the left back spot again, who's, let's be honest, been brilliant this season. I just say that, and then he takes a bad touch and it goes out of play. Ted Garron saying announcing great, improving every game. Thanks from USA. Thank you, Ted. I really appreciate the support. Rad Music Chat saying now then Maxi Jazz. Afternoon, mate. Joe Rodon does well to deal with that long ball from Bristol City, and then Byram clears well over the halfway line towards Dan James, who was never going to go up for that header. Pirot picks up the ball though, then loses it. Bad touch. O'Leary sends that one long. The Bristol City goalkeeper, and Archie Gray wins the header. What I like about Archie Gray is, even though he's really young, he's happy to go up for headers and really put his body on the line. Return now with the ball into Somerville. Now Somerville tries to drive into the Bristol City half. Now Sam Byram looks for an option to get the ball in the box. Leads on the corner of the box now. Goes central to Pirot. Pirot gets tackled, but Ampadu picks it up. Then back out wide to Dan James. Dan James on the right-hand side tries to cross the ball into the box. It's a fantastic ball, but no one on the end of it. Then Ampadu from the edge slices that one wide, but it's a good start from Leeds United there. Good little bit of play. Really, really good ball into the box there from Daniel James. And again, there's nobody on the end of it. We're going to have a little bit of a chat about this at half-time, how there needs to be somebody there. And we'll have a talk about that at halftime with the tactics board and everything. But for me, somebody needs to be there because that was a really, really good cross from Dan James, and he could have had his 5th assist of the season. Looks like when the Bristol City player went down, then it was actually his own player that hurt him. I think it was. Bristol City goalkeeper now taking his time over this goal kick. Just trying to see if I can see my mate in the cheese wedge. Oh, Dan James nearly nicks that one away from the Bristol City left back. Doesn't quite though, and Bristol City retain possession. It's so annoying that there's a Bristol Rovers as well, because then you have to say Bristol City every single time. You can't just say Bristol. Strauch took down Wells there. Naki Wells tried to get past him, and he just knocked the ball past him. And then Strauch just body checked him, so it's going to be a free kick about 15, 20 yards outside the Leeds United box. $90 watching, 38 likes. Smash the likes, people. CB said it. I didn't say it. CB said it. Make sure you smash that like button. Thanks everybody who is joining me, though. I really appreciate the support. The continued support, actually. So, Bristol City shape up to take this free kick. 2 in the wall. Pirot and Kamara on the edge. It's clipped in towards the back post and headed away by Joe Rodon, but not too far. Then flicked on again by Crescencio Somerville. And then Pirot tries to get the ball away, but only as far as a Bristol player. And then he crosses it into the box, and it's gone right over everybody. And it's going to go out for a Leeds United throw-in on the far side, where I'm assuming Sam Byram will take it. I think the Bristol City player is complaining that he was pushed. And I think he may have received a yellow card himself, you know. Yeah, looks like Byron may have pulled him down there in the box, but no VAR, no problem. Naki Wells now with the ball. Bristol playing okay football here, trying to get inside, but Leeds defending well. Every time Bristol City play the ball backwards, Leeds use that as an opportunity to gain some yards up the pitch. Archie Gray just tucking into to cover Joe Rodon's position. The shot is blocked by Ethan Ampadu and goes all the way up to the halfway line, where Bristol City are able to pick the ball up again. But Georgie is pressing them, but can't get the ball. Ball down the line then, really good pass from the Bristol City number 4. Goes out wide, looking for an option for them to cross it into the box. Does so, and it's blocked and deflected by Sam Byram. It's going to be a Bristol City corner. So Bristol City just trying to get themselves back into the game at the moment, and they have had a few little chances there, and they are still going on at the referee about them. Watching all the way from Macau again, thanks. Yes, thanks for joining me, Ian. Making our audience truly international. Corner then for Bristol City. Clipped into the box. Away by Rodon. Then Kamara comes up to try and meet the number 8. Millwall 1, Hull City 0. Thank you, Michael. Cleared again by Roden. Roden's heading is invaluable in this team, managing to get the ball away on so many occasions. Now Williams with the ball. Gets the ball out wide to Bell. Facing up against Archie Gray, the temporary right back, shall we call him. And he clips the ball. Slices it into touch, and it's going to be a goal kick to Leeds United. Jeffrey Bissane, sad to see Franny Lee pass. Always remember his scrap with Norman Hunter in the 70s, worth a mention. Yes, I don't remember that, but yes, rest in peace. 101 in the building, 110 now in the building, rad. Michael Brown's, oh yes, Millwall, Hull City, I said that before. Mark made music, cheers for doing this, mate. I'm in China, it's a nightmare for me to get the games, absolutely. Yeah, it's always nice to listen to biased commentary, isn't it? Completely biased commentary rather than because you get it how it is then from your point of view. Sam Byron brings it forward, but his heavy touch is taken away from him. But now Somerville picks the ball up, and Somerville has a chance to counter-attack with Leeds. Cuts inside and just loses the ball there as Bristol City try and spread the ball out wide. But it goes straight into touch, right by Daniel Farker's technical area. Now Strout with the ball. It's nice to see that Strauch and Rodon are in their two centre-back positions, because I think those are some of the positions that, if you can avoid it, you don't change because of how well they've been playing together. Archie Gray does really well to come inside and keep the ball. Tries to get it to Pirro and loses out, but wins it back again. Now Ethan Ampadu with the ball. Gives it to Glenn Kamara. Hopefully Glenn Kamara has a good game today as well and shows his worth to the team. Now Ethan Ampadu tries to spin and turns into danger. Loses the ball there. Now Bristol City's right back with the ball. Spreads it out to the winger. Now back to the right back. Leeds pressing them a little bit just to force them to go backwards. Archie Gray with a good little touch there. Now Ampadu. All the way back to Meslier. And Strauch is on, but he is going to give it to Strauch. Now Strauch with the ball. Rodon. Been quite even so far this game, but I would say Leeds have had more of the possession. We just need to find a way to use it better, shall we say. Move the ball quicker and try and open up some spaces. Dan James does really well to get the ball to Pirro there. Now plays it out wide. Now Sam Byron with the ball. Plays it on more into Somerville. Somerville shoots and Jorginho misses an open stinker. Jorginho has had an absolute rotter there. Open goal and he's missed it. Jorginho has missed an open goal. Somerville clipped the ball right across the box. It was bouncing in front of Jorginho and he has skied it from about 4 yards out. Oh, God, that was awful. Archie Gray wins the header, though. And Dan James with a chance to attack again with Leeds. Now Dan James with a great ball into Ethan Ampadu. Ethan Ampadu on the edge of the box. Shoots! Good shot and saved. Palmed away by the Bristol City goalkeeper. And it's going to be at Leeds United corner. Really good strike from Ethan Ampadu. Powerful strike. And it's batted away by the goalkeeper. Glenn Kamara. Now Somerville. Now Glenn Kamara with a chance to curl the ball into the box. He doesn't. Now he puts it into the box. Now Dan James. Now Jorginho Rutter shoots and it's deflected. Then Rutter somehow manages to get the ball back after about 3 players tackle him. Now it's a long ball forward by Bristol City and Strauch manages to chase back, get that ball and give it to Joe Rodon. But Leeds should really, really be 1-0 up there. It's really disappointing to miss a chance like that. Yeah, you've got to think, haven't you, if Jorginho was if Pirro was there, that's a goal. Now Sam Byram, great ball into the box. Jorginho, he's offside, I think, but his shot was deflected anyway past the post. Bournemouth bought themselves an injury-prone player in Tyler Adams for 25 million. Now I'm hearing he's out injured for another 3 months. Yeah, well, hopefully that happens to Cine as well, and then they can really regret messing with us. Leeds just forcing Bristol City to go all the way back to the goalkeeper again. Sent long over the halfway line, and Joe Rodon's going to win this header. Heads it back over the halfway line. Surely Pirot is being pushed in the back there, and that's a push as well. How's that their free kick? Don't know. Sometimes I do not know what they think they see. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. I don't know who I want to get relegated more. Both, I think. Yes, it is Stroud, isn't it? They're all crap, to be honest. There isn't a good one, is there? Good ball into the box there from Bristol City, but good defending there from Pascal Stroud to just cut that one out. Burnley 1-0. Who are they playing, Burnley? Bristol City now with the ball out on the right wing, tries to pass it back to the number 4, but it's cut out by Leeds there, and that's going to be a free kick as Jorginho is bowled over with a bit of a shoulder in the back. They're playing Chelsea. Oh my God, yeah, Chelsea are having an absolute stinker, aren't they? For the last 12 months they have been. Rodon now with the ball. Now Strauch. Now Byram. And then Somerville. Byram again. Somerville again. Good ball forward. And now a nice little flick from Jorginho allows Somerville in behind. Now Somerville comes into the box, tries to shoot and deflected. And I think that's going to actually be a throw-in after that good block there from the Bristol City defender. Throw in then with Archie Gray, right near the Bristol City corner flag on the right-hand side. Now Archie Gray. Now the ball's bounced off Pirot. He's got lucky with the bounce and tries to get it back in the box, but it's deflected back out to Dan James. Now Dan James with a good cross in, and Jorginho's header goes down, bounces off the floor and goes wide there. He's getting himself in all the right spaces though, Jorginho, and even though he's missed that sitter, you'd hope that he would come back and score in this game. Yes, actually, Sheffield United, Bournemouth and Everton would be the ideal to go down, wouldn't they? The bloke with the San Francisco 49ers cap on sat behind Nigel Pearson. Goalkeeper sends that one out for Bristol City. And now Naki Wells. Leeds pressing a little bit with Kamara here, forcing them to go backwards. He's going to play that back to his centre-back partner, and then they're going to send it long. I mean, it's actually a fantastic pass. If Archie Gray can get back here, Archie Gray does really well to get back and cut that one out from Bell. Michael Brown saying, please keep an eye on that Everton FFP hearing on 25th of October. They are already guilty of breaching FFP rules and should either be transfer embargo or points deduction. Leeds could be set to be within a number of clubs set to sue. Yeah, I don't know how true that is about Leeds suing, but hopefully there's just some sort of justice for them. Cheated. Because essentially they've cheated and stayed up, and we've all been relegated, us Leicester and whoever else it was. Southampton. Headed away by Sam Byram there. Ball back into the box from Bristol City. Comes off the back of Jorginho's head. And now Archie Gray and Jorginho try to get the ball away. He's done really well to do so, Jorginho, whilst he's being tackled and beaten and battered by Bell, the left winger for Bristol City. That was a really, really good ball for Sam Byron by Archie Gray, but he's just not quick enough to get there. It's the right idea. Just realised he's ditched Elland. Oh yes, so hold on a sec. There you go. That's the lineup for anybody who doesn't know. That is the lineup. And again, I know we've got all the regulars here, but if you are new here, if a goal goes in this game, don't say anything until I've celebrated or commiserated, because I haven't seen it. There's not that much of a delay, and I don't want to fake a reaction. I have to say that every time, but I'm sorry. I should have like a little thing going across, shouldn't I? That's like a little public announcement. Don't tell me if a goal's gone in until I've celebrated it. So I don't have to say that every time. Commentators were saying great fullback. I was thinking, no way, you've made a mistake. No, Archie Gray has played right back for the England under 21s and the under 18s and stuff set up previously. So he has played there before. So do it again. The lineup. You want to see that? There it is. It's a free kick to Leeds United there. Strauch now manages to win himself a throw in there. As well, if you find yourself that you can't chat down below, hit that subscribe button, and you should be able to, because it's just in subscriber only mode. Just ensures we don't get people from other clubs trying to be annoying. We've taken the sting out of the first 15 minutes. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a bitty game. We started quite well, but then it's sort of been a little bit Bristol City, a little bit us. So hopefully, that's a really good ball down the line there for Bell, but I don't think he's going to get there. It's going to be a Leeds throw in. QPR 0, Blackburn 1. Archie Gray to take this throw in then. Just not gone to anybody. It's gone over Pirot's head and straight to the Bristol City player. Now it's been knocked over the top for Bell. Now Archie Gray up against Bell on the left-hand side. Now back to the full-back. Trying to get the ball into the box. A couple of Leeds players trying to tackle him there, and Meslier comes out and takes the ball off him. Does really well to do so. Good, brave defending from Meslier. I think he clattered his own player there. Joe Rodon went down after Meslier nailed him. But he's back up again. Strauch with the ball forward into Somerville. Somerville has to go back to Strauch. Does well to do so. Now Rodon. He's just playing it around at the back here a little bit. Looking for some sort of option to open up the play. You can see that at the moment Pirot is kind of just floating between the lines. But he does seem a little bit isolated, and when the ball comes to him, he does seem to be surrounded and on his own a little bit. Strauch's long ball to Sam Byram is not accurate, and Bristol City regained possession. Now the number 3 for Bristol City has the ball. The fullback tries to charge over the halfway line. Now Bell, good ball into the box. Strauch slips to try and get the ball away, and Ampadu has to give it back to Meslier, who's going to send that one up to the halfway line. There was a little bit of a miscommunication there, and then Pascal slipped, and it all could have gone terribly wrong, but luckily it didn't. Good touch from Archie Gray. Sends the ball back to Meslier, and Leeds can calm down a little bit. Pirot should just float into the box. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about at half-time as well. He should really, shouldn't he, be floating into the box and be arriving to score those goals. Now Somerville with the ball. Somerville with an excellent ball through to Jorginho, but it's just overhit and rolls through to the goalkeeper there. Jeffrey Biss saying, you're slightly famous here on the Dutch terrace here in Maastricht. Every time you get excited, the dudes next to me ask what on earth I am listening to. Melier now gives it to Rodon. Now Rodon carries it forward towards the centre circle. Enters the centre circle and then gives the ball out wide to Archie Gray in the right back position. Gray looking for options. Gray's been tackled here in a really bad position. But Strauch's done really well to tackle Naki Wells there and get the ball back. And then Strauch passes it nearly into touch, but to Dan James. Now Dan James down the line to Pirro. Now Pirro passes it back to Dan James. Dan James manages to get past 2 and 3 players and gets brought down, but is not given a free kick there. I think it really should have been. And the Bristol City player lumps that one forward. And then Pascal Strauch's touch just takes it straight out of play. Pascal's having a little bit of a frustrating game so far, I think. Bristol City have a free kick almost exactly on the halfway line here. I think that's a foul against Jorginho there as he brings down the Bristol City player. We're not getting much in the way of decisions in this game so far. He barely even touched him. And he's fallen over. And now Bristol City have a free kick which they're going to send long towards Pascal Strauch, who bumps into Naki Wells and they both fall over. Somerville tries to tackle that and it nearly goes through to Jorginho, but the Bristol City defender is able to sweep that one up and put it into the goalkeeper's path. I think we've got an injury down the other end of the pitch, though. I feel like it might be Naki Wells, where Strauch and Wells ran into each other. He may have to go off here. He is holding his knee, Naki Wells. This might be an ACL or an MCL or... Oh! That did not look pleasant. Yeah, he just fell, and the way he fell, his ankle got caught underneath him, and he must have jarred his knee, and he could have torn something there. Leeds having a little bit of a drinks break here, and Daniel Farker can regroup with the players and give them some instructions on how to break this Bristol City side down. Millwall 1, Hull City 1. Thanks, Michael. Oh, yeah, his ankle got caught underneath him, and he must have really hurt his knee there. Nigel Pearson's just sat there going, is he okay? Is he okay? Is he all right? And the guy who he was talking to just was not understanding what he was saying, because he had to do it about 8 times. God, I'm getting a bit hot in here. There we go. Yeah, Naki Wells is going off here, but I don't know if he's been substituted or whether he's going to come back on in a minute. It looks like a Bristol City player is getting his kit on. I think it's Harry Cornick getting ready to come on. I don't really understand. I know Naki Wells has scored goals against us before, but he's gone off with what looks like it could be possibly a 6 to 12 month injury. And there's Leeds fans, like, was just one bloke who was just telling him to F off and swearing at him and sticking his fingers up at him and stuff. And I'm like, well, really, he's just a bloke who's just really hurt himself. So what are you doing? Like, there's no need for that. I get it if it's somebody's trying to wind the team up and somebody's just being a house. But just like he could have potentially done an ACL or an MCL or something, which could be a 6 to 12 month recovery time. Like, there's no need. Rodon now with the ball. Bristol City still don't have another player on the pitch, by the way. Kamara now with the ball. Now Strauch. Now Rodon. Rodon looking for options, but there's just not really anything opening up ahead of him. Now Kamara with the ball. Back to Rodon. Pirro comes short to get the ball, then gets it back again. Now Dan James out wide. Archie Gray's beyond him. Having to come back again to Ampadu. Now Glenn Kamara into Somerville. Somerville, good ball into the box. Jorginho's brought down here. Is he going to get a penalty? There's no chance with that referee, but really good play. A good ball into the box for Jorginho, and then the feet of... I'm sorry, that's a penalty. He gets kicked in the back of the ankles as he's trying to go through on goal. I think that was a penalty. I think if he hadn't have been kicked in the back of the ankles, he wouldn't have fallen over. He literally got kicked in the back of the ankles. Everybody has emotional intelligence. It's sad, but it's a fact. Yeah, that is true. Sometimes I expect better of people when really it's probably too much to ask. Now Byram. Byram back to Kamara. He's playing with fire a little bit here, and Kamara tries to clear the ball, but it's only gone to a Bristol City player. Now Strauch manages to get the ball out. Strauch does really well there. Jorginho turns on the ball. That's a yellow card. That is a yellow card if ever I've seen one for Sykes. Jorginho turns his man and then just gets knocked over as he's on the counter-attack. So for me, that's a yellow card because he's broken up a counter-attack. Ampadu does well, gets the ball forward to Dan James. Dan James down the line, trying to get the ball into the box, curls it over past everyone, but Somerville's waiting on the opposite side. Now Somerville trying to make his way into the box from the left-hand side. Little flick into the box. Jorginho tries to shoot, then Pirro tries to shoot, and it's deflected behind for a corner kick to Leeds United, just in front of the cheese wedge. Need a good delivery on this. It's like Jorginho may be struggling with a little bit of a hip problem. I don't know if he's just holding that, whether it's an impact injury or what, but there's a couple of challenges where he's been holding that part of his body, so hopefully nothing too bad has happened there. Looks like it's going to be Dan James to take this corner then. Dan James with a lifted cross in towards the back post, and I think it's going to be another corner there. From the opposite side now, we've got another corner. Manchester United 0, Brentford 1. Good. Somerville then to take the corner from the opposite side. Let's hope for a good delivery here. Somerville steps up to take it. Towards the back post again. Strauch nearly gets his head on it, but it's just over the top of him. And it's going to go, after the clearance is sent, it's going to go all the way back to Elland Road. Now Glenn Kamara with the ball. Finnish international looking for options. Now Ampadu. Ampadu into Somerville. Somerville, really good feet there. Nearly gets through about 4 players. But eventually is tackled, and then O'Leary sends that one long. Archie Gray with a brilliant tackle on Bell there. Sliding tackle, just hooks the ball away from him on the halfway line to stop that counter-attack. Really good tackling from Archie Gray. Archie Gray doing a really good job so far at right back. Thrown in here by the Bristol City number 3 and then headed away. Again into touch by Joe Roden. Thrown backwards all the way to the centre-backs here, and Bristol City have the ball just inside their own half. Now to Dickey. Kamara tackles him, but it goes straight back to him. Somerville battling against the Bristol City number 22 here, and then Byram's able to win it. Byram tries to send it down the line. It's come off a Bristol City player, and it's going to be a throw into Leeds United about a third of the way inside their own half, just in line with the edge of our own box. Bristol City just trying to fashion an opportunity to cross the ball into the box here. Harry Cornick tries to get the ball in. He's clipped right across the face of goal. Now Archie Gray has to chase out against Bell. Good tackle there again by Archie Gray. It's gone out for a throw-in to Bristol City. Williams leaves it for his left back. Mr. Fahrenheit just checking in. Anything happening? We're travelling at the speed of light. No, sorry, that was a bad joke. It's been a pretty even game. They've not really had any clear-cut opportunities. We've had an open net that we missed. But other than that, it's been a little bit... A bit of a scrappy game, I would say. Nothing clear-cut really has presented itself other than that goal that Jorginho should have scored. Queen reference, I got it, Max. Thanks, CB. I'm glad somebody did. I'm guessing that's why he's called Mr. Fahrenheit to start with, but I knew that at least he would get it, and hopefully more than one person would. Are they going to do odds on Man United's next winger to be a wrong one? I don't think so, because the bookies never put up bets, do they, that they know that they will lose? Because everybody, it's like a 1-to-1. Everybody will... good ball down the line for Dan James, but he can't quite get there. Even though he's absolutely rapid closing down the goalkeeper, and he nearly wiped out another goalkeeper. We haven't seen that yet from Dan James this season. Trying to block a goalkeeper's kick and just taking out a goalkeeper. Gets a yellow card at least 3 or 4 times. Oh, good turn from Glenn Kamara as the ball's passed to him into Jules Pirot. Now Pirot looks for an option. Jules Pirot shoots from the edge of the box. Saved by the goalkeeper. It must have been moving there because it was a strange save. Now Jorginho Pirot gets the ball into the box. Oh, it's goal! Dan James! Come on! What did I say about Dan James? I back the boy all the way. I always back Dan James. Lovely. 1-0. Excellent goal. That came from Glenn Kamara. For me, that skill, the ability that Glenn Kamara had to do that was brilliant. Jorginho could have had a penalty, and then it was flicked by Somerville into Dan James. Dan James puts it right in the bottom corner. Excellent finish. 1-0 to Leeds United. What did I call Timmy? Just that Dan James would have a really good season. Because I hope he continues, because he's 4 assists and 1 goal. He's doing really, really well. Yeah, I'm really happy for Dan James as well, because I think he was done dirty with sending him out on loan last season to Fulham. And I think he could be a really important player for us this season. He's having a good game. Good little ball there from Pirro out wide to Somerville, and Leeds have got a bit of an overload here. Somerville coming towards the edge of the box, tries to get into the box and doesn't quite have the skill to get past his man there. And then the tackle by Sam Byram goes all the way out for a Bristol City goal kick. But Leeds 1-0 up here just before half-time. Really good time to score. Yeah, now Bristol City can't sit back. Oh, don't worry about it, John. I didn't see it that time. I didn't see it. It's just that, like I said before, if somebody puts it in the chat and I haven't seen it, I'm not going to be excited when the goal goes in because I already know it's happened, if you know what I mean. I'll be like, we've scored. Do you know what I mean? So I'd like to be able to celebrate properly. Long ball here from O'Leary, the Bristol City goalkeeper. Strauch heads that one away. Somerville tries to get there and does. Somerville's tackled though. Ball down the line, cut out by Sam Byram. Glenn Kamara can't quite get there, and it's going to go out for a throw into Bristol City just on the halfway line. Always great to score, even if it's from a goalkeeper fluff. Massive gap to top two already. Need to go on winning run to try and reel them back in. Yeah, we do, but then also they will drop points at some point. Good tackle there from Glenn Kamara, and the ball goes straight to Jorginho Rutter. Ball into the box to Pirro, and Pirro's shot is blocked, and then Ampadu tries to pass it back to... I don't know what Ampadu was trying there, to be honest. To be quite honest, I don't know what Ampadu was trying to do there. Niall Smith saying Harrison scored a screamer. I don't know what he's trying to do, Ampadu, there, whether he's trying to get the ball back to Pirro or what, but I think he should have just shot or calmed it down a little bit and taken a touch. Still 1-0 though. O'Leary takes this goal kick over the halfway line for Bristol City. Sam Byram wins that header, then cleared back away by the number 8, and Strauch lets that one go all the way through to Meslier, who can pick that one up with relative ease and then roll the ball out to Pascal Strauch. Strauch back to Meslier, then to Rodon. Isaac L saying, I think Ampadu's been outdone by Kamara for the first time this season. I don't think it's necessarily like that, though, because they don't play the same roles. Kamara is certainly more of a number 8, a box-to-box midfielder, and Ampadu's definitely a holding midfielder. So sometimes when Kamara does those things, those flashy things like nice turns and stuff, you think, oh yeah, he's having a better game than Ampadu, but they are playing quite different roles. Now Ampadu with the ball into Jorginho. Jorginho still keeps the ball, tries to play it all the way through to Ampadu, who'd run on beyond, but I think it took a deflection off a Bristol City player and ended up going all the way through to the goalkeeper, O'Leary. Here we go, Dan James, Strauch and Perot. Goal kick there. He's cleared, and Bristol's trying to get the ball away. Leeds pressing now, though, just before the half-time. Doing really well to play out from the back there, Bristol City, under quite a lot of pressure. They did well to stay calm. Strauch wins it back, though. Now Glenn Kamara goes back to Archie Gray, and Archie Gray's touch is the only thing that was allowing him to get the ball away from Bell, and he's still going, Archie Gray, down the line, and then ends up winning a throw in there right in the corner. Really, really good. Yeah, 166 people watching. Let's get that like total up to 100, and then I'll shut up about it. Dan James. Now Glenn Kamara. Archie Gray. Dan James again. Dan James fouled there and brought down. It's going to be a free kick to Leeds United. It was a James on James crime. Get 4 and we go 4th. How long before Man City take Archie Gray? Now it'll be Dortmund, won't it? It'll be a Bellingham all over again. They'll just take English centre mids from the Championship and turn them into superstars, sell them to Real Madrid, and then we'll retire Archie Gray's shirt. No, hopefully we keep him for a number of years. Dan James is going to try and cross this one into the box. So free kick on the right-hand side, about 35 yards out, but not in a shooting position, in more of a crossing position on the right-hand side, parallel with the box. Dan James clips that one into a box. Really good ball, actually. Headed away, though. Then Glenn Kamara on the edge. Glenn Kamara looks for some options. Goes back to Rodon. Rodon back out to Kamara. Down the line to Somerville. Somerville pushed over here, and it's going to be another free kick in an identical position, but on the other side. Oh, Bryn Law just said the exact same thing I just said. Pretty much the exact same position, but on the opposite side. Literally just said that, and then I just heard him say it afterwards. He's listening to me in his headphones. Hi, Bryn. Somerville is going to be on this side and try and get his ball into the box. It's going to be an in-swinger this time. Yeah, an in-swinger. Good ball from Somerville towards the back post. Headed down by Rodon, but nobody was able to quite get there. And now Bristol City are going to try and clear the ball. It's only gone as far as Archie Gray, who's able to ping that one back out with a lovely pass out to Dan James. Dan James has forced his counterpart, James, the number 6, to take that out for a Leeds throw-in right by the corner flag. Now Archie Gray with the throw-in. Throws it to Jorginho. Now to Pirro. Pirro shoots. Deflected off the arse of a Bristol City player. Ball out wide to Somerville. Somerville tries to get in the box here. Sam Byram tries to flick it on, and then it's cleared by the Bristol City defender. Not sure how many minutes are added on so far here. You're making it sound enthralling, Max Martin saying. It's not really. We've been playing a lot better in the last 10 minutes. It's before that it was quite sort of scrappy and muted, but it's starting to get a little bit more exciting now. What should we prioritise in the January window? Well, I think we need another left back. Byram's really good there. Byram is really good there, but he can't play 46 games because he's just not. He's too injury prone to do so. So I think we need another left back, and then I think we should go out and get Elias Chair from QPR as well. And then I think we've done then in terms of building a squad for the Championship. I kind of answered your question as well, Tom, whilst what I was saying to Martin's comment then, so I won't repeat that again. Long watch Bournemouth losing 2-0 to Everton, yeah. Michael Brown saying, watched Archie Gray being interviewed by Eddie Gray on LUTV, was trying to convince Archie to show allegiance to Scotland like his father and grandfather as Archie plays for England. I mean, but if you could, and you were born in England and you were eligible to play for England, good ball from Somerville nearly gets through to Rutter, then you think you would want to play for England because they're just so much better, aren't they? And they've got so much more of a chance of winning something. Imagine in a few years' time, a midfield 3, England of Jude Bellingham, Archie Gray and Declan Rice. Do we dislike Bournemouth as much as Everton? I don't think we do, to be honest. Well, certainly I don't. Everton have really annoyed me. At least Bournemouth haven't cheated. There's a bit of complaining going on and a bit of time wasting here as a Bristol City player's just been booked, and he looks like he cannot believe it. It's only a yellow card. Them what nil, Brentford 1. They who must not be named nil, Brentford 1. Another throw in here against Leeds United for Harry Cornick, and I think he's going to try and take this one long into the box. I dislike Bournemouth a lot more if we didn't get Anthony, yeah. Throw in there from Bournemouth. Meslier comes up and punches that one. Shoots from the edge of the box, but it's deflected, and then the shot is swiveled on and bashed over the bar by the Bristol City player. Apparently it was deflected, so it's going to be a corner with 25 seconds to go here of the injury time on the first half. Callan Lee saying we like Everton. Glad to see Harrison scored a screamer. Yes, Callan is somebody I know in real life, and he's an Everton fan, unfortunately for him. Corner goes in, headed into the goal. Naismith scores just 1 second before the 4 minutes was up of half time. Found himself in space there, the Bristol City man, and has headed it into the bottom corner just before half time. Really disappointing. A combination of Ampadu and Kamara just didn't get up for that then. Yeah, really poor defending there. And now we've got to start again from the second half, which is really, really frustrating. I've seen a number of Leeds content creators questioning Dan James, thinking he should be on the bench due to his decision-making and lack of quality in the second half. I can understand that there's an argument that that's the end of the first half. I can understand that there's an argument for Dan James to be on the bench and be a good impact option, but I do think he does offer something when he starts. Right, I am just going to have a quick 2-minute break. Get your comments in down below, and we're going to talk a little bit about tactics at halftime as well, so I'll be back in a second. We're back. Yeah, so we will talk about the game as it is happening at the moment in a minute, but just first I wanted to talk about this because it's interesting. Something that Lockie was saying on Jer's podcast yesterday about kind of what the expectation of certain roles in a team is and how it doesn't always have to be the same. So when you look at this, say this is Leeds sat up in the 4-2-3-1. Sometimes you can consider it as more of a 4-2-2-1-1 because this player isn't necessarily what you expect as your quintessential number 10. Somebody who would be small, low centre of gravity. Somebody like Chair for QPR, who's like a small, low centre of gravity, turn on the ball, really good passer of the ball player. That's what you kind of visualize as a number 10 or a Pablo Hernandez or somebody like that. They've all got like similar body types and similar ways of playing, and that's kind of what you expect of a number 10. But it's about understanding that in this system and in this team with Daniel Farke, it's not necessarily that this player has to be that sort of player. It's more that they're a second striker, and the idea is that they arrive late in the box. And I mean, I did talk about this in my Tactics Explained video on Daniel Farke that I did when he first joined. I talked about how in the past it would have been somebody like Todd Cantwell, who certainly he didn't have that body type of a number 10 who you would have expected to play in that sort of role. He was more of a striker's build, and we've got the same with Joel Pirro. And you're wanting them to arrive late in the box and get on the end of things and score. There's a role that Thomas Muller pioneered, really, and it's called the Ramdeuter role, and it's kind of this. So when we're attacking, these players will sit up here and try and attack a little bit higher, and you'll kind of have this player in here, and they're basically kind of like a free man that floats in between the defensive and the midfield lines of the opposition, and just floats around so that he can't really be picked up. And they act as a second striker, because you wouldn't expect Thomas Muller to be called like a traditional number 10, would you really? He is more of somebody who would arrive late and score goals for Bayern Munich and Germany over the years. So for me, this role is, in this system, more about Joel Pirro being a second striker arriving into the box than it is anything to do with his actual hold-up play and his ability to bring other players into the game. Obviously, that can be a part of it, and that is something that is expected of him as well. But the main thing is that he should be arriving late into the box to score these goals. Now, the issue has been so far that in these situations, so that's Dan James, and he's put the ball into the box. When you've gone in there, Pirro's been on the edge of the box as that number 10, where you'd expect a number 10 to be. And Jorginho Rutter has not been quite able to get on the end of it for whatever reason. But I think for me, the problem is that these two aren't switching around quick enough. Joel Pirro is having to learn a system where he needs to understand that his job is to, as soon as this ball is here with Dan James, he knows he's going to put that into the box. So that's when he makes his run through the box. The ball comes in and he's able to finish that one off into the back of the net. For me, that is where we are lacking with this idea. A lot of people are saying that he needs to be the number 10, he needs to be the number 9, needs to be the actual striker in the system. Well, he doesn't have to be if he chooses his timing correctly. And if he arrives late into the box, when the ball comes in from these types of crosses or from these passes, he needs to be the one making that run into the box. And when Jorginho sees him coming, he can sort of split off slightly, occupy a defender. Hopefully, they learn as they're getting more used to playing together how to really, in this system, actually link up, and hopefully they'll eventually know when and when not to swap, and how that really affects the way that they play and the way that they're able to get into the box and score it. So for me, that is something that we need to just look out for, and like I said before, we need to have a bigger sample size on this and how we actually see it happening. But it's important that we give Joel Pirro a little bit more time to learn that role. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because we talked about it last night on Joe's podcast, and I thought it was an interesting topic, because it's almost like an education thing for all of us to learn that we need to not expect certain expectations of certain roles. Like they don't always have to be the exact same thing. So yeah, I think we need to give them a little bit of time. I'm really disappointed that we conceded right before half-time, because before that I don't think they'd really threatened, and it happened to be a set piece. Our goal was well worked, and Dan James slotted it in the bottom corner. Really good finish from him, and it's kind of all been thrown away with conceding a conceding a corner right at the end of the first half. It's just really disappointing. And I think we've got it in us to go out and win this, but psychologically, it's disappointing that we missed that open net that I'm just seeing back now, which was an absolute stinker. And then we also conceded right before half-time. So hopefully we need to go back out with a bit of resilience and score a goal to get ourselves back in front, because conceding right then will really give them a lot of confidence that from them scoring, and really shoot our confidence a little bit from obviously us conceding. So it's disappointing, very, very disappointing. Pirro needs a goal, yeah. Mine is saying Leeds Lately for England manager. Liam B saying players need to be picking up their players from Bristol. Poor defending by Leeds. Yeah, it looked like it was a combination of Kamara and Adams and Purdue, the two central midfielders who didn't really get up in the air for that header. I don't think either of them got off the ground. John LUFC Garside saying, I can see Bamford coming on for Pirro. Yeah, I think that would make sense in this game. I think you could see Bamford pushing around the defenders a little bit more. Yeah, and there's potential there. So yeah, we also should have had a penalty where he was kicked in the back of the legs, Jorginho. Neil saying, I hold my breath every time Meslier comes after the ball, catch instead of punching. I think he's got better, though. I think he's certainly a lot more confident at coming out for the ball and winning those challenges for it. He's catching them and punching them and coming and claiming them a lot more now. So I think he's building my trust a little bit, because he hasn't had any silly mistakes really this season. Liam B, explain that second booking on Bristol taking the throw in. Is there in their half and they get punished, but it seems to have affected Leeds more. Yeah, I don't really know what happened there or why he got carded. I didn't really see what happened. He just got a yellow card and I was like, what's going on? Liam B saying we don't have a number 9 because Rutter is not playing there and Pirro looks like a spare player with no idea where he should be playing. I don't think that's totally fair. I get what you're saying, that sometimes they vacate that role completely and there's just nobody in the middle, because Rutter likes to run all around and come and pick up the ball from all different places, doesn't he? But I think, yeah, I think it's just about them getting a little bit of time and practice in there to know how to know really how to play those roles, because let's not forget they've played like less than 10 games in them. Just watching some highlights from the under 21s, and Sean McGurk looks so good on the ball. He just turns so quickly and finds space and plays players through, and ended up getting an assist in that one. I can't believe it's 1-1 at half-time when we were 1-0 up until like literally 2 seconds before the added time was over. Gutted. Would I bring on Bamford? I don't think I'd bring on Bamford immediately, but maybe in 15, 20 minutes. 60th, 65th minute maybe. But I don't think Farke really ever brings on subs that early. Yeah, Sean McGurk, he had such composure there to stop the ball. In these highlights, has such composure to stop the ball, turn, and then just play it to his mate to score. Crystal Palace, here we go again. Let's have a look at the scores around the doors. Premier League. Tottenham beat Luton. Who got sent off for Tottenham? Basuma. Burnley 1-1 Chelsea. Brentford 1-0 against Scum. Everton 2-0 against Bournemouth. And then let's have a look at the Championship. EFL Championship. So, Leicester City 1, Stoke City 0, Plymouth Argyle 1, Swansea 0, Coventry City 0, Norwich City 1, Cardiff City 1, Watford 0, Southampton 1, Rotherham 0, Millwall 1, Hull City 2, Leeds United 1, Bristol City 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Huddersfield 0, don't know why I just went to 0, QPR 0, Blackburn Rovers 2, Ipswich Town 3, Preston 1. Yeah, Preston are on a bit of a stinking streak, aren't they, actually? They've lost the last 2, and they're in the 3rd game of that, and it's, what do you call it, isn't it? It's, it could be their 3rd loss in a row, and so they're really going off the boil. So even though Ipswich and Leicester are kind of running away with things, we could be fighting for that 3rd place position before too long, and then that sets us up in a spot where we're ready to just go and try and take one of those automatic spots charging in there. It doesn't seem to matter who we have up front. All our forwards haven't been clinical enough for years. We make loads of chances and miss them constantly. If Pirro was in those situations, he bags them. Like the one that Rutter missed, he bags, but it's just disappointing that he wasn't. He wasn't the one to get on the end of it, because that would have been 1-0 very early on. Then we'd have had the Dan James goals to make it 2-0. So yeah, it just makes a difference, doesn't it? We haven't made any substitutions at the moment, so this is how our lineup looks as of right now. And she hit that subscribe button as well. We've hit 7k now, by the way, so that's fantastic. Thanks for everybody, and obviously the people who are talking in the chat. I know you're subscribed because you wouldn't be able to talk unless you were. So that's great. Thanks for subscribing. But yeah, we're at 7k now, and we're hoping to. I mean, it was a stretch anyway, but I thought we might hit 10k by the end of the season. But I mean, what, 8k by Christmas? I think that'd be fair. 8k by Christmas, maybe, if I actually upload some videos. Certainly, the January transfer window might help with people subbing. Just get ready for the second half. Oh, that was me light. Beckford wants more from Pirro. Yeah, I haven't been listening to what he's been saying, actually. Are we going to get to the top 2 and we can't score golden chances that we get? We can, and we will in this second half, Nick. Let's believe in the boys, and we will. Archie's holding his own in the right back position. Yeah, well, like I said, I think he has played there for England under 21s and under 18s and wherever he's played. So he has played there before. So he will be used to that role. It's just whether he, whether it's something that he can do in the Championship, and it looks like he can so far. We are underway in the second half. That was quick. Number 4, the goal scorer, Naismith, with the ball, tries to clip one forward into the box, and Meslier comes out and claims that well. Strout now with the ball. Strout carries it out. Plays a long ball down the line towards Somerville. Somerville up against Dickey. Tries to give it back to his goalkeeper, who's going to give it into number 22, who's got the longest name in the world on the back of his shirt. Yeah, it's not Farker's fault, is it? His style of football is getting them into those positions to be able to even miss those chances, and it's down to the player then, isn't it? Archie Gray does really, really well there to defend that and bring the ball out. Now Dan James runs back into trouble but manages to clear the ball. And it's, still not gone out of play. It's gone to Naismith, the goal scorer. Ball goes back to O'Leary. Yeah, Karen's saying we need to be more clinical. Certainly we do. But as long as we're still creating those chances, it's positive, isn't it? It's a good thing that we're creating those chances to be able to miss them. Hopefully we take one of them. Dan James just can't quite squeeze that past Naismith there, and Bristol City get the ball back. Looking for options. Goes back to the number 8 and then back to the defender again. Long ball forward there from Bristol City, and it just goes all the way through to Meslier, who can roll that one out nice and easily to Joe Rodon. Rodon into Strauch. Strauch out wide to Byram and back to Strauch again. Leeds hopefully will get an early goal in this second half and really settle things down and then get a third to make it 3-1. No offside call there. Now Pirro has the ball. Pirro has the ball on the right wing. Gives the ball to Dan James. Can't quite get it to Dan James. It's going to be a corner there to Leeds United. Hi, Rob. Welcome, mate. We were missing you. Was wondering where you were. Rob, of course, is a channel member. If you want to be a channel member, hit that join button down below, and that will really help me out with providing the content to you all. Daniel James to take this corner then. Steps up to take it. Towards the near post this time, headed away. Then to Somerville. Now Kamara has to come back and get there. Now Archie Gray, I think, is going to have to go all the way back to Meslier. And then Meslier back to Archie Gray. Archie Gray back to Meslier. And Meslier back to Archie Gray. Now Archie Gray's weak foot pass. Tried to get it towards Dan James, but it wasn't a very good pass. Williams now with the ball. Tries to play it back to his goalkeeper, who sends it long over the halfway line. Goes straight to the striker, but his touch is poor. And that goes to Sam Byram. Sam Byram manages to carry in on his run down the line. Still going Sam Byram, but then tackled. He should have just passed it inside to Joel Pirot there. But it's okay because the Bristol City number 8, Williams, put the ball into touch anyway. Oh, you were at Oktoberfest earlier. Now Archie Gray. Back to Rodon. Now Strauch. Strauch now with the ball into Glenn Kamara's feet. Glenn Kamara's going to turn here and look for options. Plays a nice ball into Joel Pirot. Joel Pirot now coming inside, looking for options. Gives it back to Glenn Kamara. Then out wide to Dan James. Dan James and then Kamara again. Jorginho's gone down in the box off the ball here. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. Jorginho went down off the ball in the box. I don't know if he was... Let's have a look. Oh, I think Dickey threw an arm back as he was running and it hit Jorginho square in the nose, I think, and took him down there. Yeah, I think Jorginho's a bit fuming about that one. Bristol City kick the ball off again then with number 8 Williams. And back to Naismith, the goal scorer. Ball clipped out wide by O'Leary to Taylor Hinkman, is he called? Someone with a double-barreled name that's so long that it has to go like that around the shirt. Ampadu. Nice little flick inside to Dan James. Dan James into Jorginho. Jorginho tries to get into the box and can't quite squeeze the ball through, and then Ampadu's fouled his man. But Bristol City get the advantage and try to break here with Bell. Bell looking for options. Gives it out wide. Cornick, I think it is, on the ball. Tries to cut that one inside, and then Ampadu's clearance goes straight back to Cornick, and then Bristol City have the ball again here. Now Williams. Where did their goal? Yeah, their goal, like CB says, corner came in. Nobody challenged for it. Headed it straight in. About one, I think it was genuinely about 1 or 2 seconds. The ball was in the net 1 or 2 seconds before the end of the additional time on the first half. So weird seeing Nigel Pearson just sit on like a dining room chair on the side of the pitch. Curled ball into the box. Jorginho tries to clear that one. He does well to get out there and then gives the ball to Kamara. Now Kamara into Dan James. Dan James still manages to keep the ball and get the ball back to Kamara. Good work by Dan James there. Nice little fake pass from Glenn Kamara, and Leeds come out the other side with Byram. Now Somerville misses the ball with that touch, but he's up against Sykes on the left-hand side by the corner flag, looking for options. Comes back inside to Ethan Ampadu. Goes across to Glenn Kamara. Then Joel Pirro. Joel Pirro shoots. Yes! Joel Pirro shoots. Edge of the box. Bottom corner. Get in. Come on. Excellent goal. Edge of the box. Slots it in the bottom corner. Don't doubt Farker. I'm guilty of doing it myself, but don't doubt Farker. Pirro scores again. He scored 5 goals. Glenn Kamara puts it to Pirro, and then he just straight through the defender's legs and right into the bottom corner. It was Naismith, the goal scorer, whose legs it went through. Right in the bottom corner. Excellent goal. Excellent, excellent goal there from Joel Pirro. Right in the bottom corner. That's what you love to see. Way! Goal! So have that as the goal celebration. The lights going on and off like what they do at Wolves. Now Glenn Kamara. Byram. Harry Cornick now with the ball in the Leeds United corner on the right-hand side. Manages to get the ball to Sykes. Then Strauch and Ampadu, combination of the two, managed to get the ball away. Ampadu's brought down there. That is a foul if ever I've seen one. I'm sorry, the referee saying he got the ball. Bollocks. Absolute bollocks. I think Ampadu's still down here. Byram clears that one away towards Joel Pirro. Now, apparently Joel Pirro's fouled someone. Oh, my God. This referee genuinely is not very good, shall we say. Not very good at all. Free kick taken short here and now. Pirro heads that one away as it's tried to be put into the box by the Bristol City man. Now Sykes tries to play it back inside and Pirro can pick the ball up. Pirro with the ball forward into Jorginho. Jorginho had Dan James on the opposite side but couldn't quite get enough of control on the ball before it was taken away from him. Now Dan James with the ball. Dan James is going to try and get the run on his man. Gets past him, but it's going to be a Leeds United corner as Pring tries to clear that one. Leeds United really stretching the player now here and trying to put Bristol City to the sword. Now let's reply with a corner of our own, please. Dan James over this corner kick then. Dan James. Good corner towards the middle of the goal where the centre spot is. Heading around. It's bouncing around everywhere. Still can't clear it. Now Archie Gray. Nice ball out wide to Dan James. Kamara gives him an option. Now Kamara with a great ball into Dan James. Dan James clips it into the box. Jorginho Rutter can't quite get it under control, but Leeds are piling on the pressure here. to Bristol City's goal. Rodon gets it and gives it back to Strauch. Bristol City trying to come up the pitch a little bit here as Leeds have had to go backwards. Now Glenn Kamara, good control, gets the ball out wide. Somerville, he's got Byron beyond him. Then Byron back to Somerville. Really good play from Leeds United. Somerville into the box, goes to the byline, cuts it across, deflected away, and the captain is able to come away with the ball in the corner. Sykes now, back to Naismith. No, it's not Naismith. It's that one with a really, really long name. Kamara's passing is good, and it's also his ability to turn on the ball that's really good. Yeah, Bamford doesn't score that one, does he? There's no way he does. So I think it's good to have different types of strikers available to us. Strauch does really well to defend that. And then Byram pings the ball forward to Joel Pirro. Nice little flick there from Glenn Kamara. Now Byram back to Kamara. Kamara's going to have to do something special to get out of this and doesn't quite. Good tackle there from Pascal Strauch. Sounds like Somerville's been quiet. Somerville, he's been okay. He's been Somerville, to be honest. He's been get the ball, turn, run at a defender, and I think he's done well. He's been getting into the box and trying to get the ball across, but just unfortunately for him, nobody's been able to get on the end of any of his passes. He should have had an assist for that one that Jorginho missed from about 4 yards out into an open goal early on in the game. So I think Somerville's been good, actually. Bristol City have just made a double substitution, by the way. Looks like the player who's been substituted is fuming. The assistant manager's having to calm him down. Oh, Somerville has an assist. Whose goal did he assist? Was it? It's Andy King that's come on, by the way. Yeah, Somerville assisted the Dan James goal, didn't he? Almost accidentally, just sort of flicked it towards him. So it's going to be a long throw in here from Harry Cornick. Cornick throws it in. Headed away by Rodon. Rodon's always there to head it away. Really good. Back in towards the box again. To Bell. Sam Byram up against Bell on that right-hand side. Bell tries to get the ball into the box. It's a good ball in, but again it's Rodon who heads it away. Now Jorginho Rutter does well to get Leeds United a throw-in and an ability to try and get up the pitch a little bit. QPR 0, Blackburn 3. Away by Archie Gray. Long down the line towards Joel Pirro. He's tried to... That's terrible from Naismith. Wait, it's not Naismith. I think for some reason I think all of their defenders are Naismith, but only one of them is. It was terrible anyway from the Bristol City defender. He sliced it into touch. I'm on delay because I turned off a few minutes ago. How do I get back to live? I can't really tell you because then you'll be delayed for you, so you won't see it for like 4 minutes. If you see the bar at the bottom, the red bar on YouTube, if you grab that and drag it as far right as possible, then you'll be able to get to the live bit. If someone tell him that in the chat, because obviously if you put it in the chat, he'll see it live. Whereas he won't see me talking for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or whatever it was. Thanks, Jay. Oh, apparently that's a foul. Apparently that's a foul just by the corner flag on Andy King. CB saying, Max, you do a great job with these watch-longs and I want to support you, so after the game I'll join the channel. Do I just click on the $sign and go from there? Yeah, I think there's just a join... I think there's just a join sign there, and then I think it talks you through what to do. But yeah, that would be greatly appreciated if you did do that. Pirro can't quite take that one down. Glenn Kamara tries to tackle but doesn't quite. And now Sykes with the ball, coming over the halfway line. Sykes with the ball forward. Goes out towards Bell, but goes out for a throw-in. It looks like Bell has actually changed sides now, because he wasn't able to deal with Archie Gray. So that shows how much of a good game Archie Gray is having on that right-hand side. But I don't think he's going to have much more luck against Sam Byram, who's also had a really good game. Good long throw from Sam. I tell you what, Sam Byram's got a long throw on him if we ever need to utilise that. Laura Cunningham saying who scored the second. The second was scored by Joel Pirro. Ball was played to him on the edge of the box, and as he opened up to shoot, he put it right through Naismith's legs, the centre-back, and it just went right in the bottom corner from the edge of the box. Really, really good finish. How good is Rutter on the ball? He's really good, isn't he? He's really composed and just has that ability to beat a man every single time. Karen Curtin saying, great commentary, Max. Much appreciate the watch-alongs. Yeah, thank you, Karen. Thanks for always being in them as well. Jorginho. Ampadu. Into Joel Pirro. Now Dan James. Dan James inside the box. Looks for an option. His shot is deflected and bounces all the way out for a Leeds United corner kick. Imagine a life without Rodon. Yeah, that is worrying, actually. But then I think Cresswell would do a really good job in there. I think the problem is when we bring Cooper in at the right centre-back position, he's left-footed, so he can't get his foot around the ball. Everything's more awkward for him. He's slow. I think bringing Charlie Cresswell in for Rodon, if Rodon's ever suspended, is a better option. Summerville with the corner. Goes into the box, goes through everyone. He's bouncing away. Kamara does really well to be brave there and try and win that header, and it stopped. It stopped them being able to have a counter-attack. Sorry, I couldn't get my words out there. Archie Gray now with the ball. Just little tiny touches can send players for a hot dog. Archie Gray just took a little touch left and a little touch right there, and all the players just ran past him rather than into him. All the Bristol City players. Michael Brown saying, will Nonto, Spence and Firpo be available after the international break? I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure on Spence because they did say 8 weeks and it'll be less than 8 weeks by the time it's the end of the international break. So I'm not 100% sure on that one. Truly Cresswell is the natural replacement for Rodon. Yeah, exactly. Now Meslier. Meslier clips that one. Long. Ampadu heads that one backwards to Rodon. Now Cornick with the ball. Now Cornick with the ball, carries it towards the box. Tackled by Glenn Kamara there, really good work from him. And then tries to get the ball forward to Summerville and can't quite. Now Sykes. And that's going to be a bad ball there and going to go out into... No, it's not. He's kept it in. He's done really well to keep it in there, the Bristol City attacker. And then Cornick puts the ball right across the box. He attempts a bicycle kick. And Dan James is able to flick it forward into the path of Joel Pirro. Potential for a Leeds United counter-attack here as Jorginho picks the ball up. Jorginho cuts inside. Goes one more. Good ball out wide to Summerville. Summerville comes into the box. Summerville to shoot with his left. Oh, saved onto the crossbar by the goalkeeper. Such a good counter-attack there from Leeds. Excellent play and really unlucky there. That is an unbelievable save. Oh, now Oh, God. Rodon, I think, has brought down Conway there and won himself a yellow card. I think Spence will be well short of match fitness. He was building fitness when he got injured. Yeah, good point as well, Rob. Yeah, Rodon just accidentally tripped over his man there. And it's going to be a free kick in quite a dangerous position for Bristol City now. Just from a mistake. Looks like Charlie Cresswell is actually getting warmed up, you know. I think he's probably seen what happened when Roden got that red card after he got that second yellow the other week and realised that maybe warming up Charlie Cresswell and bringing him on in that role will cover us a little bit to stop us getting another red card for Joe Roden, because it showed in that Southampton game and in the game before that how important Joe Roden actually is. It's going to be Naismith, I think, to put this one in this free kick. Crossed into the box, punched away by Meslier, only to the edge of the box. Ball tried to squeeze into the box by Mehmeti and Ampadu. He's able to block that one, so they've got a long throw-in coming here with Harry Cornick again. Hopefully Leeds can head this one away through either Joe Roden or Pascal Struijk. Long throw into the box, headed away by Jorginho. Jorginho's now got a chance to break here. It's 3-on-2. Dan James tries to play it into Dan James, and then Jorginho, is he going to be able to get onto the end of it? He is, and he's still on the ball. He tries to get it across the box, and Somerville misses. Oh, so close. So close. We are counter-attacking so well now. We just need to put one of these in the back of the net. Oh, Jorginho is quite a bad pass to Dan James, but still managed to get on the end of it. Really, really good cross in, and Dan James just couldn't quite get on the end of it. Oh, unlucky Somerville. So unlucky there. Really, really good counter-attack again from Leeds. Scum still losing 1-0. Leeds won the ball back again through Byram. Now Somerville. Back to Kamara. Man on. Now Somerville. Back to Ampadu. Somerville. Brought down there. It's a free kick to Leeds United. I missed a bit. Get Bamford on. Joel Pirot scored that really good goal. Meslier now. Sends a long ball forward towards Jorginho, but it's headed away by Naismith. Then sent long by the left back. It's going to be a Leeds throw in here just inside the Leeds half. Bamford is warming up, though, by the way, according to Brinlaw. It's going to be a Leeds ball there as Meslier is able to pick that one up. Pascal Struijk now with the ball. Somerville. Nice ball into Kamara, then Somerville again. Somerville, the lovely ball out wide. Dan James with it. Dan James manages to somehow not win a free kick there when he was pulled down, but now Bristol City have the ball and they've able to clear it out. Ball down the line from them. Cut out by Glenn Kamara, but then it's lost again. Archie Gray's done really well to win that back. He's so good, Archie Gray. Now Ampadu. Into Somerville. Somerville tries to play it in. Now Jorginho's in the box. Jorginho shoots, and it's going to be another Leeds corner. Oh, I forecast 3-1, Bamford to score late. Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, well, he is warming up, apparently, so he could be coming on at some point in the next 5-10 minutes. Dan James then with this corner. Getting ready to take it in. Dan James towards the penalty spot. Shot. Oh, Jorginho! 3-1. Oh, he's offside. He was offside. Yeah, he was offside. Bloody hell, he was offside. Kamara now. Now Strouk. Oh, bollocks. People on terrace here looking at me again. Jorginho now. Good ball out wide. Sam Byram. He's out on his own with options inside. He's going to give it into Somerville. Somerville back to Byram. Now Jorginho. Good turn. Going to try and get it into the box. It's going to be another corner to Leeds United. Yet another corner. If we've had this many corners, surely we should score one of them. Just get your head on it. Just right in the back of the net. Right in the back of the onion bag. Oh, it wasn't a corner. It was a throw-in. Oops. It was the original shot that he was offside for. Because he was offside and he was in the keeper's vision. Now Dan James. Ampadu's an option. Gives it to him. Ampadu into Pirro. Pirro tries to play it into Jorginho, but it's cut out. But Leeds managed to get the ball back anyway. Now Pirro again. Pirro tries to play it into Somerville, but can't quite get it to him. And now they've had to send it back to the keeper to send it long. Yeah, true, Michael. Yeah, let's not think about it. I'm not even going to say that out loud. Sometimes you actually forget, like when players aren't fit and stuff, you're like, oh, we've got Nonto as well. I forgot about him. We're controlling this. Yeah, we are at the moment, and we're able to really break quickly and nearly score a couple of goals on the counter-attack here. We really needed that third one just for a bit of security. For a bit of security there, but hopefully we're creating enough that we could easily score a third. We just want to make sure we don't concede a second. Bristol City just playing around with it in their own half here. Still the ball in their own half, playing with it here. They try and play it forward now. Now to Bell. Or Sykes it was actually, and then Byram was able to get in. Cornick is going to take another long throw in. Melier punches that one out and gets some good distance on it, actually. Leeds just trying to push Bristol City back and stop them getting that ball into the box. Long ball's crossed in, and then it's headed away by... Oh, no, it's come off Byram, so it's going to be a Bristol City corner here. Enthralling has become tense. Yes. Yes, it has. Naismith's taking this corner. Corner comes into the box. Oh my God, headed off the line by Sam Byram. Oh my God, headed off the line by Sam bloody Byram. Good lad. Melier catches that long ball and then throws it, launches it, and Dan James is on the counter-attack. Dan James with a great ball in towards Somerville, and the goalkeeper's just there to send that one long. Unlucky. So good little flicked header, and then Sam Byram is just in the right place at the right time to head it off the line. Excellent. Looks like Leeds could be making some substitutions here, although we are watching a replay at the moment, so I'm not sure. I think it's Somerville that's coming off. Jaden Anthony has come on. Jaden Anthony, I repeat, Jaden Anthony has come on. And Dan James and Dan James has gone off. Somerville's still on. Oh, Ampadu and Gray just knackered up that throw, and it's gone out for a Bristol City throw-in. Now Naismith with the ball. They go all the way back to their deepest centre-half, and then they're going to go out wide to the goalkeeper. I thought it was going to go out wide to Sykes, but it was the goalkeeper in the end who got the ball. Not sure James should have gone off. Yeah, I think James was having an okay game, to be honest, but I think maybe Jaden Anthony is a little bit more composed on the ball in those counter-attacking situations, even though Dan James is really quick. Good cross into the box there, but headed away by Rodon. And now Pirro heads it. Good header towards Jaden Anthony. Now Jaden Anthony curls one round the corner for Jorginho Rutter, but it's a terrible pass and just rolls all the way through to O'Leary, the Bristol City goalkeeper. Leicester 2, Stoke 0. Mehmeti tries to get the ball in the box, and Rodon's had to send that one out into touch. And it's going to be a corner here again to Bristol City. We know they're dangerous from corners. They've scored one. We've had one cleared off the line. We really, really need to make sure we get a strong header away on this. Hopefully this is just a terrible corner. But sometimes, for some reason, all teams have a really good delivery against us. Oh, I say that and he can't beat the first man, but now he's got a second chance to put the ball in the box. Tries to do so. Now they have to send it back out to the edge of the box where Leeds are going to be able to gain some yards. Long, long shot. Speculative, silly shot from the Bristol City player from, 35, 40 yards out. Just, there's no chances there. Absolutely no chance. Leicester are already up. No, they're not. Well, he played 11 games out of 46. Ipswich 4, Preston North End 2. Melier getting ready to take this goal kick just as we go into the 80th minute. Sorry, the 81st minute. Cornick now with the ball, tries to play it down the line and does so. Archie Gray up against Mehmeti. Does really well. Come on, Archie, you're so good. Now Ampadu plays it out wide to Jaden Anthony. And looks like Sykes went straight through the back of Jaden Anthony there. Strauch standing over this free kick and he just taps it to his right-hand side where Rodon can pick it up. Then Archie Gray back to Rodon. Then across to Strauch. Then Anthony into Byram. Then back into Anthony. Now Kamara. Ampadu, Kamara, Rodon, Ampadu. It's just pinged around and then for some reason Byram just did not make a run then. Yeah, Jorginho thought he was going to set off and didn't then. Akira Shibata saying Gray is so good. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He just seems so classy for someone so young. So it is Jorginho that is coming off for Patrice Bamford. Patrice, obviously, the French striker who we signed from Lyon in the summer. Patrice Bamford. Jorginho, who has had a good game, well, missed an absolute sitter early on, has come off, and Bamford has come on. Hopefully, Bamford gets himself on the score sheet. It's another throw in there to Bristol City. Long throwing forward over the halfway line, headed away by Byram, then headed forwards again by Bristol City, and then headed right back towards Farke by Pascal Struijk. Bamford chasing around here, pressing a little bit, forcing Naismith to send that long and wide, and it actually turned out to be an excellent pass to Mehmeti. Archie Gray trying to stay with him. Archie Gray pushes him back. Archie Gray does... Oh, he's done it again. Archie, there's no getting past him. Somerville with a nice little touch. Tries to get it forward into Bamford, but Sykes has read it and done really well there. Now Bamford trying to get forward into the keeper. Would like to be Timur of Gruev. What is he about? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, everybody's playing so well that it's like, who's Gruev really going to come in for? But we've barely seen him, have we? Good block there from Glenn Kamara. 36,386 attendance. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they sold out the lower tier in the away end, for Bristol City fans. So I feel like Leeds fans have filled in a few of those spots. I mean, Gray's got 3 years to get to the level that Bellingham's at. Could see it. I don't think anybody's going to have a rise like what Bellingham's had, to be honest. But I think Archie Gray in a few years will be playing for England, for me. By the time, I think Archie Gray plays for the England first team by the time he's 22. Is that fair? I think that's fair. That's 5 years, by the way. 5 years. I'll be 30. I'll be 31 nearly. Oof. Melier comes out and catches that one well. As the championship table stands, Leeds move up 1 place to 5th. Danny Winters, considering the Exodus plays in the window, 5th is a great position to be in. Yeah, especially going into this international break. If we can hold on to this and win this game, it just means that we have that bit of confidence that we're on a 2-game winning streak. And it'll be the first time that we've won 2 in a row as well, if we can manage it. Southampton 1, Rotherham 1. Thanks for the update, Martin. Yeah, Gray's got a bright future ahead, hasn't he, Karen? And I just hope that we hold on to him for as long as we can. But I mean, if our rise is the same speed as his, then you could see us in a position like Newcastle beating PSG 4-1 in the Champions League with Gray on the score sheet. Good cross into the box by Mehmeti, and Rodon is able to clear that one away. They have the ball again here, though. Looking for an option to get the ball in the box. They cross it in. Flicked on. Headed away. Great block by Sam Byram. Andreas Weimann tries to get a volley on that, and Byram is there again. Byram is class. Honestly, he's so good. Kornick tries to cross this one in. Headed by Struijk, and it's going to be a corner again to Bristol City. QPR still losing 4-0. Naismith to take this corner kick then. Come on, Leeds. Let's get ahead on this and get it away. Corner about to come in then. Corner comes into the middle of the box. Punched away by Meslier really well. Now Somerville tries to charge out and get there. Kamara does as well. They send a long speculative ball back into the box, and I think that's going to be a Leeds goal kick there. Yes, thank God for that. Feels so nice to finally have competent defenders. It does, doesn't it? And Sam Byram has cleared one off the line and blocked that shot there. That could be game-saving. I'd like Leeds to buy Chair in January, but if QPR are struggling, they won't want to sell him. Yeah, but maybe they'll think if they take the money, they can strengthen in multiple positions. So it depends how they think about it. Melier's long goal kick there goes straight out of play in the technical areas. Sykes now has a throw in. Throws it back in. I forgot Bamford was on because the ball's not really been up his end of the pitch, to be honest. Now the Bristol City defender's just playing about with it at the back. Long ball forward, and that's going to easily drift out for a goal kick there. I think we need to freshen up the players. Bristol's have made all their subs. I mean, we also have we've brought on Jayden Anthony and Patrick Bamford, so we have brought on some substitutes to freshen things up a little bit for us. Melier's going to send this one long again. Just send it down the middle. Get the driver out and just send it right down the middle, which he has done. Bamford's gone down there. I think he took a whack on the head, Patrick Bamford, there. I think he was running through and then... Yeah, he did sort of just like slam him in the side of the head with both hands. Yeah, hopefully Bamford gets somebody else sent off unjustly. I think Pirro's going to get a yellow card now. Oh, no. Doesn't get anything, but it's a free kick. O'Leary's going to try and send this one long. 30 seconds left of the 90 here. Remains to be seen how long, in terms of added time, is added on. Archie Gray shields that one out for a goal kick. Does really well to do so there. Four added minutes. I've got it going there, by the way. So you'll actually be able to see. I've remembered this time, so you'll actually be able to see the added time as well. Bamford tries to touch that one down, but it's headed back to the Bristol City goalkeeper there. Sent long by O'Leary. Headed by Rodon. Rodon's going to have to try and get up for the second and does. Well done, Rodon. And now Somerville takes a nice touch. Somerville still manages to keep going, and still retain possession, and somehow Jayden Anthony comes out with the ball. Jayden Anthony coming into the box, shoots, and then saved easily by O'Leary. That ball's bounced over everyone, and Rodon is there again to clear it away. Now Ampadu. Ampadu over the halfway line, gives the ball inside to Pirro. Pirro to Bamford. Bamford tries to pass it out wide to Anthony, and it doesn't quite make it to him. Cornick's going to have to go backwards here, and then the ball deflects off Jayden Anthony, and they somehow manage to get the ball. Now Harry Cornick in the opposition half. Now Jayden Anthony with the ball. Drives forward with it. Gives the ball to Bamford. Now into Somerville. Somerville to shoot. Somerville over the bar. Come on, Somerville. Get your head down, son. Yeah, he just leans back too much, Somerville. Just get your head over the ball. These are making 3 substitutions now. Ayling, Cooper and Gruev. Glenn Kamara is coming off for Gruev. Somerville is going to come off as well. And Cooper is going to come on alongside Ayling. Top watch along. Cheers, says Timmy. Thank you. Making all the subs, yeah. Joel Pirro comes off. Liam Cooper comes on. Gruev comes on as well. One minute then left of this injury time. Headed away by Strauch. Then Gruev somehow heads it backwards. Ayling tackles him. Ayling manages to get the ball out. And then Gruev, good tackle. And then now Bamford with the ball. Gruev runs a free kick there. It's a free kick just halfway inside Leeds' half. And they're going to be able to send this far, as long as they can, right into the corner. Scum 1, Brentford 1. Meslier is going to take this free kick. Meslier sends that one long. Right down the touchline. Won by Ayling, and it's going to bounce slowly out for a goal kick. We are now into the extra, even on top of added time. The final whistle should be going any second. Now O'Leary tries to lump it long. Not a great pass, and it's gone forward. Now Patrick Bamford's onside, and he's in behind here. Tries to pass it. Just shoot, Bamford. Just shoot. Scum 2-1 against Brentford. That quickly. It's going to be a corner here for Leeds United, which they can just put it into. Cornick's going to try. I mean, you're not going to score, are you? So just Cornick's put it on the corner spot for them. So Jayden Anthony and Bamford, or Bamford the Cheat, as the QPR commentators like to call him, are going to just try and keep it in the corner. Oh, nice. Oh, offside. Leeds are offside here, so it's going to be... we are now a minute and a half into the additional time. Another victory for Leeds United in the Championship. Another victory. Everybody hit that subscribe button for that victory. I will be doing a match reaction. I know you've already seen me talk about it, but I'll talk about it in a bit more detail on a match reaction shortly. That'll be coming out on the channel. Make sure you check out Classic Football Shirts in the description. And yes, thanks for watching. We've won again, which is exactly what we needed going into the international break. Thank you so much for joining me, and I shall see you in the next one. Let us get this up. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Really appreciate everybody's support, and I'll see you in the next one.